Ring 4 wrapped up yesterday, and right after the fights, I gave my post-fight reactions to not even the whole main card, just Abdullah Mason up. And now, as promised, I'll be breaking down every fight from the first prelim of the night all the way into the main event. Let's get to it. Now, first fight of the night, first prelim of the night, you had a 16-year-old prospect making his debut in Saudi, trained under Jose Benavidez. This is ridiculous, man. Now, you see the names here, right? Let me give you a better, you know what I mean? This, listen, this guy with this name, right, walked out in SpongeBob attire with this name. So it was already looking like this is like Misfits level, like ridiculous. Like Misfits boxing, KSI, tag team, 3-on-1, 5, 8 on, like that level of ridiculousness, or already at that level, right? Then you put this guy in SpongeBob attire against this guy with this name and this attire. Um, like, like I don't even know what to say, really. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm, I'm, I'm just gonna leave it at that. This, I don't want to see nothing like this again. Like honestly, this was ridiculous. Next fight. Another prospect. I'm not gonna bore y'all with this because y'all probably not gonna care. Sultan Muhammad, Al Muhammad. He got a stoppage. Second fight, 2-0, 2 KOs. Again, I'm not gonna bore you guys. You guys probably don't really care about that, nor want to hear about it. But Muhammad Al-Akal, I want to touch on him for a quick second. Muhammad Al-Akal, I think he's training out there in Big Bear. He has the skills. You can tell he gets trained by. He got good people around him. Gets trained by good trainers. Knows the game pretty well. Developing nice, right? Everything's put together. Everything's nice. Coming along nice. The only thing is that Muhammad Al-Akal punches like he punches like my little sister. Like Muhammad Al-Akal, he might have the lowest punch power like in professional boxing. Like he punches like a journeyman who was paid off to lose. Like you know what I mean? He hit Lee with 47 straight right hands to his jaw clean, and it didn't affect Lee not one bit. Muhammad Al-Akal, he punched like he had 36-ounce gloves on. So that's the only thing about him is he can't punch. But so I don't think he's ever gonna be at that top level. I think he'll end up getting slept just because if you can't punch, your feints aren't gonna work. Cause what are their opponents not scared of your power. You're feinting for nothing. They just walk through every single shot and just knock you out. So it's kind of like you know what I mean. I don't think it's gonna go well for him. I hope it does though. He seems like a good kid. He looks like he's a good fighter. He just can't punch. So I don't know. Maybe he got to hop on snack or something, and you know, what I'm saying. But anyways, next fight, another ridiculous matchup. Now you look at the names here, and you know you can't pronounce this guy's name, but it's not that bad. Vito Nicky Jr. versus Samuel, whatever, right? Not that bad, right? Until you look at their nicknames, what they're called. Vito. It's called White Magic. Let's dive into that real quick. White, you gotta change that. You have to change that. White Magic, you gotta change that, man. We ain't, nope. You can't be having that. Nope. You gotta change that. You gotta do something with that, man. You gotta Magic Man or something, the Magician, like White Magic. You can't be having that. I want to know how he came up with. How was that nickname selected? Like who called him that first? Who looked at him and was like, yo, that's White Magic? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, you feel what I'm saying? But, we have White Magic versus, I'm not making this up, White Magic versus Black Panther. I don't know if the matchmakers were like, you know, like, trying to like joke around or was like pranking us or something, but like, that matchup, the first fight on the main card and the first fight on the prelims was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Now, neither one of them was wearing SpongeBob attire or had their shorts to their breasts, right? But that's bad. That's bad. But all jokes aside, Very good performance from Vito. Sorry, very good performance from him. Showcases jab, showcases skills. Gets the left hook knockout. Beautiful left hook right on the temple. Knocks off his equilibrium. Knocks him down. Knocks him out. So beautiful stuff. Very good fight. He hurt him a couple times with a right hand too, and I'm pretty sure he broke his right hand, which is why he knocked him out with a left hook. So I mean, it just shows his versatility and power of both hands. So beautiful stuff from Vito. Looking forward to seeing him in the future. Next, Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes. Beautiful fight. Beautiful fight. Bloody fight. Sam Noakes is cut early with a headbutt, head clash, should I say. And fights through it, man. Catches Abdullah Mason in weird spots, kind of when he's moving off balance. Kind of punches him when Abdullah wasn't expecting to get punched. Judged the distance very well in those exchanges. I was very impressed with him. I knew he was good, but he was even better than I thought, even tougher than I thought. Both these gentlemen showed their hearts today. Abdullah Mason, superior fighter. I think he made it clear, just superior fighter, more layers to his game, more offensively gifted. Only thing with Abdullah, which is, I mean, very apparent to anyone who watched the fight or has watched Abdullah, just the defensive holes in his game. But, I mean, he could easily pass it up. He's only 21. I mean, you focus on that for a couple training camps, and he should be A-okay. You know what I mean? So I'm not really too worried about that, about him getting hit. Just recognize that, fix it, bringing some coaches to help him fix that. You know what I mean? Bringing some trainers to help him fix that. And, I mean, he should be fine. He's very talented, very gifted. I think he's going to be a fantastic fighter going forward. A lot of names at 135: Shakur, Tank, Floyd Schofield, Andy Cruz, Raymond Muratalla. So just some great stuff going on there, man. I'm really looking forward to the future of that division. It's looking like it's gonna be a good one. Next, Bam Rodriguez versus Puma Martinez. Now, Bam whooped him so bad it was boring. Like, Bam made it looked like a grown man had to spark a little kid in the gym. He was just whooping him, just going easy though. Like, Bam made Puma look like a little kid with an attitude. Like, you know how Puma was saying he gonna knock him out, walking up, trying to walk him down, being tough before the fight. Bam just got in there and just played with him. He slips. I think he slipped a jab to the left, or it might have been slipped the right hand. Hit him with the left, knocked him out. Nasty. So, yeah, great stuff from Bam. I think next for him would be the IBF, who I think is held by Garcia. So, probably go for undisputed, and then we'll see where he goes from there. If he moves with the 118 or jumps to 122 to try to chase a Inoue fight or a Nakatani fight. So, we'll see where he goes. One of the best fighters in the world, though. Very apparent to fight the best dude at that division and make him look like that and win every round. Just, yeah, it shows a lot. So, great stuff from Bam. Next, the only fight on this whole fight card that I got wrong. And I wouldn't be as mad if it just like I had Brian Norman and that's really like what I thought and whatever. I wouldn't have been as mad. Cause it's like, you know, you get something wrong. But I switched my prediction last second because it's just like I was being an idiot, bro. Brian Norman, he was talking when he was talking, which you never do that. I don't know what that, like, it's just a learning experience. I'm never doing that again. But Brian Norman, he was saying all the right things. He looked good in his media workout. His feet looked fast. He looked focused. He looked like he was ready to kill. And I was just, Devin Haney, he was jumping in his face, and it looked a little nervous. And I was just like, man, I got Brian, like, last second. Literally last second. I think it was right before, no. It might have been right before media workouts. Or no. I think it was right after media workouts. I was like, you know what? I got Brian. And then I kept switching in my head, but I was like, I got Brian. Then, when they faced off and Devin walked straight to him, I was like, shoot. But I was like, you know what? I got Brian. Then when the fight first started and Devin, he was there. He was backing up, but he was still there in the middle. I was like, oh, my God, man. Like, damn. And then he hooked with him. He threw the left hook with Brian through it and then hurt him with it when I seen Brian legs buckle. I should have been streaming. I should have commentated that fight. I should have live streamed that. If y'all would have seen my face when Haney buckled him, it wasn't even a surprise. It was like, why the hell would I change my prediction last? Like, why would I do that? I overthunk, like, before. Let me tell you why I had Haney at first. I had Haney at first for all the right reasons that were correct, but it's just I'm never switching last second again. I had Haney because although Haney has a showcase power, when he first moved to 140, he dropped Regis, and he could have stopped him if Bill didn't tell him to keep moving, which we're going to get into a little bit. That's another point I got to make about Bill Haney, which I posted a short about, and I talked about it in my last video. But let me full screen this. Man, because I'm about to get on my, you feel what I'm saying? Devin Haney. I had Devin Haney at first because people were saying he couldn't punch, but I noticed when he moves up and he's not as trained, he could punch, especially when he sits on it. He could punch. I think the only weight class where he couldn't punch was 135. Ever since he's been punching, hurt Regis multiple times and dropped him. He hurt Ryan with a left hook. He could have stopped Jose Ramirez. He was catching him, buckled him. I seen him buckle him a few times in that fight. Hurt him a couple times. He definitely could have stopped him if he put the punches together, but he kept moving, kept running, which we're gonna get into in a little bit. And I seen all that. I seen the movement. I seen the boxing IQ and ability that was far superior to Brian Norman. But why I switched is I was like, I don't know if Devin Haney fixed those defensive holes. And I was banking on him not doing that. Because if he did that, I mean, if I knew for sure he fixed them, I would have had Devin Haney. I would have bet my life on Devin Haney, especially with those odds being. I would have bet everything. Because that was probably the only reason why he would have lost. If he was still dropping the right hand when he jabbed, and if he was still constantly dipping to his right, straight into the left hook. He ain't doing none of that. Especially the first. He ain't doing none of that. That dude came forward behind the jab, boxing beautifully, and hurt and dropped Brian Norman. Like, it just irritates me, bro. Because it's just like, bro, I could have seen that. And I kept overthinking it. And I made shorts and everything. And now I just feel like I could have went perfect. I've never gone perfect on it. I could have went perfect from the prelims all the way up. I could have went perfect 100%. And I didn't. Unfortunate, but things happen. I want to talk about Bill Haney. Bill Haney needs to get out of the corner. He needs to get out of the corner. The reason why. He's holding Devin back. I talked about this in my last video. He's holding Devin back. It's very obvious to me. He did it in Regis' fight when he told him to run. Jose Ramirez' fight, he told him to run so don't get hit. Listen, I understand, people get to, media talking, left hook this, left hook that, right? It's one thing bro, what's better? Think about it. If you're so worried about appealing to the media, what's better? You running away the whole fight just to say you didn't get hit, but the media is looking at you like, bro, what the hell? Like, that was terrible. Or you sit there, you might get hit once or twice by it, but you're keeping that right hand up, blocking it, and you knock your opponent out. What looks better? And that's something Devin's very capable of doing. And I think that's the fighter. I don't think he's that mover. I don't think that's Devin. I think Devin's a boxer who can hurt you. I think that's how he should fight. When he fights like that, he looks his best. He looks unstoppable. He is unstoppable. Because how you going to beat that dude? We going to come in and try to hurt him? He'll put you down. I don't think he doesn't have power to like knock you out, but he'll hurt you. You know what I mean? So, also, I think with that running stuff, man, I mean, you seen one judge had it a draw, which is ridiculous. Or no, if it wasn't for the knockdown, they had a 114, 113. That is ridiculous. That is, wow. Like, how, I don't even know what, he might have had his eyes closed, and I don't know what he was looking at, but 6'6" is crazy. But my point is, with that running stuff, especially with Turkey talking about the Tom and Jerry, and a lot of people talking about the running in the fight and how they don't want to see it no more, I think boxing judges are going to have that in their head so much to the point where, like, if Haney fights like that, he can get robbed. He could have got robbed. If he fought one more round like that, and let's say he never dropped Brian Norman, and he had, like, he fought, if he would have fought like how he did, like that, how he did running around the whole fight, he probably, would have beat Brian Norman easily, like to everyone else, but he would have got robbed. He would have got robbed. And for what? Why? Y'all keep thinking that it's hate because people are telling Haney don't run around. Oh, you're just hating. You just want him to stand there and get knocked out. He's not gonna get knocked out because y'all treating him like he's a piece of, like he's trash with no chin, and that if he sits there for 1 second, he's gonna go to sleep. When in the first 5 rounds, when he was sitting there, I'm not talking about sitting there like just in one place. I'm talking about when he was fighting, not moving, fighting. He was beating the hell out of Brian Norman. So it's like, you know what I mean? Y'all are underrating Haney. Y'all think you're doing better for him, saying that he should do that, try to defend him running around, but you're underrating him. And if he listens to y'all about him running around, he's gonna get robbed. And then y'all really gonna be mad when he get robbed. So just don't do that no more. Just don't do that. Fight like how you were fighting the first 5 rounds, bro. You'll beat everyone at 147. No one will even come close to beating you. Rematch Ryan and fight him like that, especially with you fixing that, keeping that right hand up and not dipping to the right all the time. That left hooks, you're going to be able to take that away easy. He's going to beat the hell out of Ryan, probably knock him out. But whatever, because I don't know nothing. I guess I don't know nothing. Next, David Benavidez or Anthony Yarde. We're going to breeze through it really quick. David Benavidez beats the hell out of Anthony Yarde. Beats him, pill to the post, beats the hell out of him. I made a video saying I think it was going to be his coming out party. I think he's going to beat Yarde, show he's the best at 175. I thought after this would be like a better beef fight, but it just got announced he's going to fight Zurdo Ramirez. So, go get it, bro. I mean, 25. I think he'll beat Zurdo Ramirez, but my only concern is going up 25 pounds and coming back down is kind of crazy. But my only thing is that to come up 25 pounds and then to go back down is, I mean, if he doesn't put on weight and he just goes in there as he is, then and he beats Zurdo and then comes back down, all right, cool. But my only concern is that he just tries to put on muscle, tries to bulk up, and then it makes the weight cut back to 175 that much harder. That's my only concern. But other than that, he should be all good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and yeah.